and then they have to deal with 1, 2, 3 and 4 roundabouts along the way. Now, doesn't sound like terribly much because the highways here are very, very wide. As you can see, you can pick your options as you go into such turns. However, if you're in the main bunch here, the last thing you need is any kind of accident or incident, especially if it's outside of that 3 kilometer, that oh so crucial 3 kilometer mark, where if you do have an incident, then the commissaires can offer you up the finish time of the winners. Now then, I think we may well be seeing the Tour winner come from this bunch, but today I've got a feeling, and as Matt Rendell was also saying, that it's going to be those who are out front. Katusha all riding together now, almost on a Sunday afternoon. And these boys, just look at the cadence, it's completely different. They are having to work harder though, let's not forget. 5k and 40 seconds, that is doable even under normal circumstances, but with a headwind, well, you have to ask yourself all sorts of questions. Normally a 40-second gap with 5k to go would be fine, but who's got the spare legs, if you like, and the extra power, who've been resting up within the main group? Not many of the Omega Pharma Quick-Step boys, that's for sure, because they have been helping out, dragging back Mark Cavendish, who is within the main bunch. So it's been damage limitation for them today, I think you might say, especially in all the wind that we've had. You can't see it, that's the problem for you at home, but believe me, it is blowing. And I'm looking at some poor gentlemen trying to hold on to their shirts at the moment, because one chap at the finish line here is wearing a rather loose shirt. He's a big man, and it has just billowed over his head. So that maybe give you an indication of just how much it is blowing here today. 4k to go then, and this does not look like any kind of urgency whatsoever. A little shoulder nudge between between riders going on here, as you just saw. That's Matt Bremier, the Irish champion. As well, just getting a hello, I think, from somebody else from the peloton here, as this trio just passed by. Yet another marker along the way here. I believe that was 5 to go, so our graphics just slightly in arrears. They'll come up and over that double roundabout. There we are, we've just got a correction on that for you. 5 to go with 40 seconds the gap. And this trio, well, they're just spinning now. There's an indication. That's a very, very big flag, by the way. So don't expect it to be fluttering absolutely horizontally, but it does give you an indication of the wind today. Hardly hanging on the pole, is it? And hardly hanging about is the chase group still. 40 seconds, though, with 5 to go. Seems like the eternal 5 to go, so apologies for that. Zdeněk Stybar, cyclocrosser, who's had a bit of a rude awakening here for Omega Pharma Quick-Step, just rolling in and off the front there. Roy Curvers, the Dutch veteran, 33 years of age, got an awful lot behind him already. And coming to the front, Geraint Thomas. Big check over his shoulder just to make sure that he's not leaving anybody behind. This is that little transition I was telling you about. They've got a double roundabout here, essentially. They'll take the first, switch across the highway bridge here, and the chasers will be able to see this. 35 seconds, 4k to go. It's still a big ask, isn't it, for this trio? But all of a sudden they get a little bit of respite here. It starts to come from the side, the wind. Just look at the palms billowing as we pass by, and suddenly they pick it up because they know that they're on, they've got a little bit of spare energy here, a little bit of protection as well offered up by that the concrete hoardings at the side of the road, that to protect the local residents from the sound of the highway. Not that there are any cars here, but there are some spinning legs, as you can see. Here are the chasers. 30 seconds is the gap with 4 to go. It'll be 3 in just a few moments time. The motorcycle just avoiding the heavy curbing here. Now look at the flat brick section to the roundabout here. Riders just warning each other, but it does have a compression effect, and Edvald Bosenhagen is towards the front here. There is the Norwegian champion in the red, riding for Sky, but with teammates in hand, just ahead of him, doing a great job. Geraint Thomas has done a super work here, and look at the pace. 4 to go, 30 seconds the gap. I think they may believe that this could happen here. Adam Blythe, what's he got? The Brit for BMC. They've certainly got ambitions here. He'll have to beat Ed Bosenhagen. And what's Mark Cavendish got left here as well? 3 to go now for the trio up front. 30 seconds. I think they may well just make it. It's going to be tighter than we perhaps thought. Now then, 3 kilometers to go. That was the chasers. There are still 3 roundabouts for our leaders to deal with. One comes almost at the 2k to go mark. Now it's straight across this roundabout. Helicopter view for you, and you can see as we peel back past some of these rather luxurious holiday homes that the great, the good from Doha use of a weekend here. There are the chasers. What about them? Elmiger in the white here. Out in front is Buchwalter for BMC, and tracing them at the moment is Greg Rast, 8th in the Olympic road race. What's Greg got today? Well, they're pretty well matched here. If you had to put your money on somebody, I'd probably go with Rast, but well, it could be either one of this trio because you just don't know how much work that they have put in today in the wind. 3 to go. It'll be 2 in just a few moments' time. That will be at the next roundabout. 2k to go at the next roundabout, just on the entry to it. 25 seconds now. Well, they'll be heading through that roundabout right now, our leaders, if that distance graphic is correct. The Peloton at 25 seconds as we speak. The crucial roundabouts, there are 2 of them. They're the penultimate one at 1.3 to go. They make the turn here. Down here, there is a large training fire station. All the fire crews from all across the nation of Qatar here come to learn their trade. It seems that they may well overfill the fire tenders because there was moisture dropped on the road at 1.3 kilometers, and as a result, a lot of the dust that blows across in the wind has actually stuck to the road. So keep your fingers crossed. They'll have to go, let's say they come in at 6 o'clock, they will exit at 10 o'clock, if that makes sense to you. So as they approach the roundabout, they've got to go almost 3/4 the way round it, and look at the demeanor here. Oh dear, Ian Stannard says, look, I haven't got anything else left at the top here, just do something. And you see the white jersey of Stannard dead center just saying, I've popped, I've done my work today, somebody else help me out and do something here for Sky. Meanwhile, 3 riders have got through the danger roundabout here. Now then, they're the last roundabout they have to take, and they're now thinking that victory is within their grasp, and they'll be absolutely right. It's too much. I think that's why Stannard stood up. He just said, no, I can't possibly close this gap. Nobody's going to be able to do it, not even me. And he's a quality rider, let's not forget. What about this trio then? The final roundabout is off camber, the turn. They've built it like a bowl here. They will turn right, and then they will head for the finish line. Now, what have you got here? Let's have a look at it. Take it nice and gently, boys. Right-hander, nobody get it wrong. Now then, you can have your own game of cat and mouse. We will have a winner from here. Who's your money up? Well, anybody's guess. Greg Rast at the back at the moment for Radio Shack. Leopard here, will he have what it takes? And they're starting to slow down. If they do this, they're going to get into trouble here. They're going to get into trouble. Goodness me. BMC's Buchwalter picks up the pace, just tries to put in something of a shock, and Rast picks it up now. Rast hits the front. He's going to go for this one. Oh, he's going to go very, very long. The 33-year-old from Switzerland. It would be a superb result for him, but Elmiger responds and starts to grind it, and the chasing pack are coming, and Mark Cavendish is amongst them, dead centre of that blanket, but oh, it goes to Buchwalter. He will be a popular winner at the end of the day. Oh, that was a superb effort. Mark Cavendish, open-mouthed, will know about the effort that he's put in today. I think he may well have got 4th place, but the time gap's almost incidental. Buchwalter buries one. Absolutely superb. Everybody had to bury themselves in today. They were not only fighting against their opponents here, but against the wind itself. What a drive for the line it turned out to be. Elmiger made a huge response there. Rast couldn't offer much up in terms of resistance, it seems, at the end. And in the end, it was a full bike length. He can't believe it. Well, we can. That was well won. From the helicopter then, here's where he picks it up, drives for the line, goes dead center of the road here. No protection, none needed. He had the strength to deliver. in the training ground this for the Classics. Thanks to Matt Randell today. He's done a superb job on the bike to keep you in touch with the mood down below. Mark Cavendish finishing 6th today, but the same finish time. Brent Buchwalter gets 10 seconds bonus though, 6 for Elmiger, and Greg Rast picking up 4.